that? What noise does that make? And as small as possible, little raisin face, and as big as possible. And we're just going to watch each other and really enjoy swirling our tongues around our mouths. Let's just do that. Make a nice opposite direction. Have a little nose jive. Should we have a little nose jive? What noise does my nose make? Lovely. Now we're going to activate our full bodies. And so I'm just going to play a little track. And I'll just get in, enjoy it. I'll throw some ideas out there, but also just have some fun. Here it goes. Have a little sway, folks. Getting our hands in the air. We're going to warm up one side, coming up and down. One more time, one side and down. To the other side, said side, yeah, and down, down. And I'm on my side and down. Now both sides, we're going to find our gooses. Where are your gooses? I can't see them. Have a little jive with your gooses. Your gooses might chat to the people on either side if you're in gallery view. If you're not in gallery view, find gallery view for a moment and you'll really enjoy seeing everyone's amazing little faces. Have a little snap at the people on either side. And now, I want you to do, this is a bit we called embarrassing dance moves. So I'm going to do my first embarrassing dance move. And anyone can do any dance move now. And it's very important that you do whatever you feel like and you don't censor it. And now I want you to look around and see someone else's and just copy someone else's embarrassing dance move. Just in solidarity to show that you're really into it. You're not afraid. We may be socially distanced, physically distanced, but socially we are deeply together. Oh, I can see some chickens. I love the chickens. And maybe now's a chance to flick to a different page because there's 5 pages of people on my computer. Have a look at the other beautiful people you can see. What movements are they doing? Oh yeah. Are you ready to jump? And 1, 2, 3, jump! Da, da, da. And like a 1, 2, 3, jump! Da, da, da. And now we're gonna just tickle towards the camera. Coming closer, coming closer. And just give a sense of thank you to all the people who are here, that we're not alone in this moment. It's all these glorious people. How do you express that? I don't know, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I like these offerings as well. How glorious. Mwah, mwah. I think it's time to start warming up our breathing and warming up our voices. Thank you very much for joining in.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Alex. That was a really lovely start to the session. I feel like I'm going to breathing things a little bit down because we're going to do some breath work. So if you're still standing where you are, just make sure you're standing in a good position. So you should have your feet about shoulder width apart, knees nice and loose, and everything nice and loose, really. Just give it a little bit of a shake out and then fall into a good singing position, standing up nice and straight, and then kind of imagine there's a string coming up through the crown of your head, pulling you up straight so your shoulders are nice and broad and your chest is open. And then just take in a really big breath through your nose. And then breathe it out really fast. And then take in one more big breath through your nose. And then this time breathe it out nice and slowly. One more big breath in. And then this time out with a big sigh. Ah, that's nice. Another big breath in. And then this time I want you to breathe out as slowly as you can. Out through the mouth. And keep breathing out until you've got no air left and you kind of feel yourself have to breathe in. So you should feel all the muscles contract. And then your lungs fill up with air in a really nice way. I can see some people are still going, which is very impressive. You've got incredible breath control, much better than me. I think hopefully we're all there now. One more big breath in. And then this time out with a very high-pitched sigh. That's good. Last big breath in. And then this time out with a really rewarding yawn and a stretch. I don't mind if it's a real yawn or a pretend yawn, but it's got to be an enthusiastic yawn. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. Yawn and stretch. great. I'm going to hand over to Blythe to do some singing.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much, Alex. Okay, we're going to start with an exercise which is going to be using the E sound. So we're going to start like this. You listen to me first and then we'll do it together. So it goes E. Ready? We'll do it together. After 3. 1, 2, 3. That's great. Some of you are doing the golf club thing. I don't know why I do this with my hands, but it helps me. So there you go. Let's do it again. So we're basically going 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Great, and we're going to do it again this time. I want you to notice if there's a little man in an elevator that goes up at the back of your throat when you go up to that high note. And if he does, then I want you to ask him to stay on the same level, because he's just a bit frightened, basically, and he's frightened of the high note, and he doesn't need to be, really. So we're just wanting us to kind of relax into that top note. So it'll be like one more time after 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to move up to a higher note. From there, voila. Now we're just going to move our faces around. We'll do a bit of minis from last week. So mini, mini, me, mini, mini, me, mini, mini, ma, 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 ma. Ready? Mini, mini, me, mini, mini, me, mini, mini, ma, 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 ma. And you can bounce around on that last one just to open everything up. When you're practicing like that, you don't have to make nice sound. It's definitely a mistake that some people make. So when you're like warming up, you have to make nice sound. That's not true. So let's do it one more time. Mini, mini, me, mini, me. Actually, mini, mini, me from there. Mini, mini, me, mini, mini, me, mini, mini, ma, 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 ma. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, hopefully you're all a little bit warmed up. Who am I passing on to? I think it's Ben.
I'm just going to leap in very quickly, and I'm
fire.
Hear lots of messages about volume. One of the things that's really difficult is that we did a bit of a sound check earlier on, and some people always hear different leaders louder and quieter. So the trick is that if someone seems louder or quieter, I should say, just bring them up in volume. You have to kind of do your own sound mixing for this. So because we've tried to balance us all, but it depends on devices and different types of voices. Passing on to Alex. To Ben even.
To me. Hello, everybody. Can you give me a wave if you were here last week for our session? Lots of you. Great. If you weren't here last week, do not worry. It does not affect what I'm about to say. But last week, we played a recording. We had a moment towards the end of our rehearsal where we played a recording of the fire choir singing this song, a song called Life, which has got text by Maya Angelou. And that's the song I'm going to teach today. And I'm just going to dig out the words and copy them into the chat box down the side.
It's all right, we got it, Ben. We got it.
Oh, you've got it. Okay, great. Well, there it is anyway. So yeah, this is a song called Life, and it's a quote, a Maya Angelou quote. And in the fire choir, we've done it maybe once or twice, not loads, but it's just a really beautiful kind of stretched out phrase shape. And I'm not going to say anymore, I'm just going to teach it to you. So I'm going to run back behind my loop station, and hopefully you can all still see and hear me. Okay, so... we're going to learn all 4 phrases together. It's nice and short, nice and simple. Sing along with all of them. It really doesn't matter. The first phrase goes Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So both phrases have got really long last notes. I'll do the first phrase one more time, then we'll do it together. It goes, life is not measured by the number of breaths you take. Let's try that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take. Phrase 2. But by the moments that take your breath away. Second phrase together. 3, 4, 1. But by the moments that take your breath away. Back to beginning. And life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. And that's all there is to that part. It just loops that round and round and round and round. And all the other parts underneath have exactly the same shape, but just slot in to fill out the harmony. I'm going to play that back, which I've recorded on my loop machine. This time it's up the octave, but you can sing it at the octave I was just singing, or up the octave, entirely up to you. Here it goes. It goes. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. I'm going to fill in a harmony underneath, so if you feel like that part's a bit too high, there's a part which slots underneath, has exactly the same shape, same words, it's just a lower harmony part. But by the moments that take your breath away, life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. I'll do it one more time. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So we've got kind of 3 parts going on there. I'll teach you the last part I sang. So this is a kind of alto part, but if that doesn't mean anything to you, just join whichever part you want. It goes, life is not measured by the number of breaths you take. Not the most tricky part, that one. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take. Phrase 2. But by the moments that take your breath away. Second phrase after 1, 3, 4, 1. But by the moments that take your breath away. So I'm going to play the tune part we learnt and sing that harmony part underneath, and then I'll bring in the third harmony part so you can hear those 3 parts together. Here comes the tune with me singing the alto part I just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. Life is not... Oh, messed it up. Hold on. 1 second. Here comes. But by the moments that take your breath away. From the top. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Now with the other harmony part underneath. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So there's one part missing, which is for all those low voices out there, which goes, life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, which is pretty jumpy. I'll do that one more time. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take. Second phrase. But by the moments that take your breath away. Second phrase together. 3, 4, 1. But by the moments that take your breath away. Whole of the lower part. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So we're going to try and put all of those parts together. I'll bring them in individually, and as a new part comes in, I'll sing it over the top so you can hear it coming in fresh. If you want to attach yourself to one of those parts, great. If you want to sing all of those parts, great. If you just want to sing a bit of everything, great as well. Join in with whatever you want. Here it comes from the beginning, just with our tune part first of all. Let me see if I can work this out. It's going to go... Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Adding in a tenor part. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Alto part. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. And bass part. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. I'm going to leave it running 2 more times. Can we just get a bit of a sway? Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Last time. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moment goodness. Thank you so much, everybody, for singing along. We will sing that one again at the end. But I'm going to hand on now to, I think it's Alex for something.
Fire!
Can I just see a wave of hands for how people are feeling after that wonderful song? Isn't it glorious? I think, yeah, we've had to be thinking a lot about our lives, about safety, about meaning as well, and a lot about those who are more vulnerable than us in the last few weeks, which is obviously fundamentally what's happening is horrific. But I think it's also been mind expanding in some ways. So I'd like to share a song that I wrote myself, and I wrote it inspired by the Stansted 15, who are some amazing activists, friends of mine, who lay their bodies down in front of a deportation flight that was going to forcibly remove people from this country, some of whom have been experiencing horrible experience in detention. But the reason I want to sing it today is because we know that, of course, people arriving in Calais hasn't stopped necessarily during this pandemic and during this kind of lockdown period. We know that people are still migrating in very scary conditions. We know some people don't have access to healthcare, or have access to very kind of under-resourced healthcare, should we say, around the world. And some people are still in war zones. You know, there hasn't been an international ceasefire at this time. So maybe to kind of connect ourselves a little bit with that, I've written a song that I hope is uplifting in some way and reminds us all that we are all of the same metal, and all of the same ancestry as well. So I'll teach you the main line. It's called Shine. And I'm going to ask you to be a bit physical with this song. So can you just make sure you've got a bit of space to move around? We won't do it straight away, but there'll be space to move around in a moment. So this is the main line. So it's kind of the middle line, shall we say. But everyone can try it. And again, if it's too high or too low for you, you can try it in a different octave. So it goes, can you see the lyrics are in the chat? So it goes, no human is illegal. We are all here to shine. Can we try that together and make as many mistakes as possible? 3, 2, 1. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. I'll do it again. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. Last time. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. So the second half of that A section is the same melody, but the words are no human is illegal. All borders are just lines. So no human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Let's try that again. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Can we put those two together, do you think? No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. That's lovely. So let's get on to a second harmony. So I'm just going to check that we can hear that. La 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 la. Can you hear this? No human is illegal. We are all here to Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Great. So the second harmony goes along with that. No human. And this is a higher harmony for higher voices, but you can try it an octave below if you like. No human. It goes. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. I'll put that together with the main line. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. And it carries on the same. No human is illegal. Try that on a loop. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Give me a little wave if you're following that so far. You can always choose whether you want to do the main line or the higher line or the lower line. But just for the lower voices, I'm going to teach the lower line. So remember, no human is illegal is the main line. No human is the higher line. And the lower line goes, this is the slightly trickier one. It goes, no human. Try that. No human. And that's as opposed to no human. It's no human is illegal. So the first bit's really easy. Try that. No human is illegal. Again, no human is illegal. And the reason I've broken it up is because the second bit's a little bit trickier. We are all here to shine. So it's a big leap. We are all here to shine. Try that again. We are all here to shine. Last time. We are all here to shine. Okay, we're going to put that together, and it's the same melody for all borders are just lines. So let's hear the first two. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. Now I'm going to come in with a low voice when it repeats. Borders are just no human. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Lovely. So that's the lower voice. We've got the A section. I've rushed through it, but it's all going to come together in a moment. The B section. It has this little mantra that I came up with when I was 18 in an eco village in northeastern Uruguay. And yeah, it's dear to my heart. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. The same lyrics and repeat, but we alternate between more and less. And yeah, I think because we're all from the same origin, we're all just stardust eventually, which is why borders to me seem so nonsensical. So, you and me. Someone asked to paste the lyrics again. So if you can scroll up a little bit, you'll find them, but I'll paste them again for everyone. There they are. So you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. Less. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. It's a little bit kind of rappy almost, but we're going to sing it on a drone. It's going to go, you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. Join in, you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. And I'm going to ask you to do that one if you've been doing the main line. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Go straight in to you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. Thank you, well done. Make sure you trip up as many times as you can on the lyrics and just fumble about until it kind of becomes natural. So the lower line is going to be you starting on the same note. You. So if we just hear that that mantra, you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. Did you catch that? If it's the lower line, you and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether, which is almost my lowest note because I'm not a very low voice. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more, less than stardust in the ether. And here comes the high one, which is the really groovy one in this section. And it goes, I'll just put the other two in and we'll hear it. And singing, you and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. So it's slightly different, slightly groovier. It goes, you and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. And you'll slow down that ether compared to the other parts. Ether, try that. Ether, one more time. Ether, that's lovely. So for the second time round, when we go to less, it goes you and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. Can we try that? Stardust in the ether. Last time. Stardust in the ether. Glorious. So we're going to put those parts together, and especially people who want to be trying the higher part, which can be anyone at this stage, just try singing that melody. I'll sing it with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them, and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. Well done, everyone. How are you feeling? Give me a little wave. You catching up okay? Great. So we're going to put the two together. No human, higher part. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. And the last thing I'm going to put in there before we go a bit wild and just have it as a song and just enjoy it. There's so many little bits, but it'll all feel natural, and there's always an easier part to join in if you want to. There's going to be some dance moves, and these are dance moves that we came up with outside Chelmsford Crown Court when we were waiting to find out if our friends would be convicted as terrorists for protecting human life, for protecting people from being violently deported to countries they have no relationship with and separated from their families, as part of the same kind of wave of deportations that came with Windrush. But something really poignant around migration that hit me today was speaking to my friend in Italy. So one of the hypocrisies of our border system is right now there's risk of food shortages in Italy because a lot of the people who work on the land are undocumented migrant workers, predominantly from kind of the Eastern Europe and the Caucasus. And they're staying at home and they're afraid to go out to work because there's so many police around checking that people aren't going out and breaking the lockdown, and so they're afraid of being deported, and they're the actual people who are harvesting the food that then the whole country depends on. So that's a good reason for there to be a call for during these times, especially when we depend upon everyone who contributes so much, for there to maybe be a kind of truce, if that makes sense. Okay, the last bit is some dance moves. Wave your hands, get ready. It goes. No human is illegal. So what was that? That was in chains and then breaking them. Try that. No human. So it's boom, 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 boom. And then nice and simple, we serve to the left, serve to the right, but make it groovy with some shoulder action. Serve to the left, serve to the right. Or maybe let's call it not serve, let's call it welcome. Welcome to the left, welcome to the right. So it goes, no human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Oh my God, thank you so much, everyone. You look so fucking glorious. Excuse my French. So for Stardust, for the section about you, me, him, them, and her being Stardust, I'm just going to leave it to everyone to boogie and to make their own magic. And maybe we'll introduce a little bit more rhythm towards the end. Are you ready to jam out just to enjoy the song and figure out whichever parts you're going to sing at every stage? Love it. Thank you so much. I'm just going to flick through everyone's beautiful faces. Maybe it's a moment to skip to a different page on the gallery view so you can enjoy people. Wow, we've got some people boogieing outside. I love people who bring the outdoors to our Zooms. Okay. No human, no human, no human is illegal. Lovely. Okay. Let's just enjoy ourselves. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. Make it up if you like. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. Yes! We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Ready for no shit? You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stars. This is the time to go wild. Really enjoy this band. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You. There we go, my loves.
Fire! Fire!
Thanks so much, Alex. I'm going to leave him here. That was brilliant stuff. And just to say, Sam speaking here. Firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been donating, because there are loads and loads of you who are dropping your credit card in and contributing towards this, which is so appreciated. And just say the Fire Choir is part of the Nest Collective, and we're a live events company based in London, do events all across the UK, a lot of nature connection work, bringing music and nature together. And the Fire Choir was founded a couple of years ago with the four of us as a way of bringing music and protest song together, and bringing people together in voices of uprising and resistance, songs for marching and for the kind of wider movement of social justice. So that's what we're about, and that's where many of the songs are coming from. So now that we can't meet properly, it's really great to have your support for us. Thank you very, very much. And if you want to know how to, just go, there's the link there to the Nest Collective website, and you can find out more. And if you want to get involved with things we do, please do. If you can't donate, that's absolutely fine. There's no expectation that people can afford to do this, and we understand there's financially tough times for a lot of people, but we would love it if you can support us by just sharing what we're doing here outwards. That would be wonderful. Tag us in Twitter on the Fire Choir UK or Nest Folk. It'd be really lovely to have your support and just share what this one contribution to the digital realm is. So thank you, everyone, and passing you back over to Alex for a very special something now.
So we want to take this moment, since we're all gathered and we're such a beautiful bunch, just to have a little moment of zoning, landing, appreciating the wonderful people that we have around us. For some of us, we're lucky enough to live with housemates. And for some of us, we're lucky enough to have our families around us. And certainly for some of us, we're living alone. People we know are isolated. So it's a chance to, I think the deepest activism is in the heart and in the home and in the friendships, right? So just have a little moment to meditate together. So we're just going to take a few breaths while we're all sitting on this call together. And we're going to think on something, 2 questions actually. And the first one's just going to be, I'm actually going to, last week we thought a bit about what's worrying us at the moment in a personal level. But I'm going to invite us to think about what's worrying us on a political level at the moment. So it might be something that's happening in the UK, it might be something that's happening far away in another country, something you read on the news, something that you're worried about in terms of when lockdown ends and how the world will be transformed. So anything that is worrying you, frustrating you, angering you, with a fire choir, we get catharsis through letting out that anger and expressing it and not censoring it. So I'm going to welcome us to just take a moment to meditate, to have a little think, and then we'll share it with each other in a certain way. So let's just have those long, deep breaths together. I'll play some gentle stuff. Now we're going to use a chat space just to write anything that was on our mind in this moment. It could be a word, 3 words, it could be a sentence, it could be an essay, but really just take the moment to share those thoughts and be witnessed. And remember, it can be as positive and joyous, or it can be as negative and frustrated about things that are going on around you or at home, or we're here to witness each other. Millions of people with no recourse to public funds who are left behind in the UK. I feel love and gratitude, connection, interconnected. They lie and no one holds them to account at the moment. Togetherness, solidarity, fear that nothing fundamentally changes, that everything goes back to how it was. Synchronized chords. Solidarity for everyone across borders, no more borders. Worried about what it is to come in countries with no infrastructure. This is an amazing feeling of love here. That those who work the hardest are often the least paid and least recognized until something like this. Wondering if the virus will ever go away. welfare, not warfare, thankful and fear at the same time. I'm angry at the lack of services for domestic abuse victims who are really suffering at the moment. My fear is that humanity is given a beautiful opportunity for transformation and the opportunity might be missed. HS2, the lungs of our earth and our ancient woodland, not valued. Thinking of friends in the health service, feeling uplifted by you all. There's so much to read. I'm going to ask us to come to the end of sharing just for this moment. But I'm so, so grateful. And please do read through it, scroll through it at some moment. And maybe we'll copy it as well and we can keep it as part of our Fire Choir legacy. Now we're going to do one last little meditation. And this is going to be the same thing. We're going to take time to think for ourselves. But this time we're going to think of an action we can take in our lives. Something small we can do or big we can do. Whether it's, I'm going to go and shut down HS2 with my body on the line tomorrow. Or whether it's, I'm going to cook for my housemate more. Or whatever it might be, you know, the big and the small. However you can express your solidarity in this moment. But something really concrete and practical, which can also be about health and mental health. So just have a little moment to reflect on what kind of action we can take, however big or small, to support ourselves and others in this moment. And then we'll share in a moment. And I'm going to invite us to write it as well in the chat. But also, if you want to unmute for a little moment, we'll have a couple of minutes of allowing ourselves to unmute and just speak a couple of words if we feel like it.
The moon is beautiful.
Thank you for this. Yeah, the moon is wicked. I'm just seeing it out my window.
I'm loving the pastel sky.
People are mentioning reaching out to their neighbours, FaceTiming their grandparents,
What?
helping others to express themselves and realise their creative essence. Befriending an elderly person who's been even more isolated at this time, someone mentioned. Appreciating everything, even the little things. Keep calling my 101-year-old mum who's quarantined in a care home, trying to cheer her up on a daily basis. Checking in with my aunt. Planting trees to rewind our hearts. Shout! Invite some friends to this group. That'd be lovely. More video calls every day. We can fit them in. Continue to connect deeply with the beautiful people in my life, especially those who are alone, to support them in love through this time. Being more unconditional. Listen. Sowing my veggies. Volunteer. Protect myself from too much news and social media. My God, do I relate with that? Volunteering. Have gratitude for every leaf and branch. Thank you so much for taking the time to share this space and slow things down. I know we invited you to a choir, but Fire Choir has always been about more than just song. So thank you for sharing that. By all means, keep typing, but we are going to move to another song.
Hey, Alex. Am I up? I'm going to teach you a very simple little meditation song from Thailand, and it's just in translated, so it's in English, and it's super simple, but it's just one that I've been singing loads and loads of this time, and it's about stillness and about being at home, and how important that is. And it goes like this. I'm going to sing it through and teach it to you, and it goes. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Never in a hurry. That's it. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do, never in a hurry. Which feels like something that, you know, is so present right now. And yet it feels like a constraint, but in many ways it's a freedom as well. So I'm just going to teach that to you line by line. Happiness is here and now. Happiness is here and now. All together. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. I have lost my worry. Those two lines together. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Third line. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Once again. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. I'm going to do that one more time. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. And the last line, never in a hurry. Never in a hurry. Nowhere to be from there. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Never in a hurry. Happiness from the top. Have we all got that? Thank you for putting the lyrics in. I didn't type them up in advance. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Never in a hurry. Once again. Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Never in a hurry. Lovely. So what I'm going to say is that this song, I'm not going to sing it anymore with you because I want this to be a song that you might be able to take away with you. It's one that I've been singing throughout the day, but it's also one that I really enjoyed improvising lyrics on and just swapping things into other qualities of state of mind. Although you may not be recording, we are recording this and it'll be on YouTube. So if you go in somewhere around an hour into the session, you can come back to the recording of me singing it here. And so just to say, you'll be able to do this whole session again through the YouTube channel. Just go to Fire Choir on YouTube. So there it is. Happiness is here and now. I've lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do, never in a hurry. Thank you.
Hooray! Thank you so much, Sam. That was stunning. I'm really enjoying today's session. It's great. I've just put some lyrics for a song I'm going to teach now. And as probably many of you know, Bill Withers recently died just a few days ago. What a loss. Boo. A big loss. And I just wanted to commemorate him a bit by doing one of his tunes. And I thought, yeah, I could do Lean On Me, you know, everybody loves it. But then I thought, well, let's dig out one of his special ones that not very many people know. And I found this tune, Liza, which he wrote about his niece. And I just thought it was really fitting because the lyrics are about basically come and put your head on my shoulder if you're having a hard time and have a cry. I don't mind. So, okay, it's a bit of a tearjerker. I'll tell you that now. So it's not as whoo, 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 but I will finish with Let's Sleep and we'll do some dancing after that. So it goes. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Cool, so that's basically the top part, the main part. So let's just learn all of that together. So it's Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? Hopefully the lyrics are still in the chat, relatively, at a place you can see them. So it comes on after 4. So 1, I'll just do the first line. So Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? So sing that with me after 4, 3, 4. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? Second line. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. With me again. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. So we'll put those 2 lines together. So the only cheeky thing about this song is there's a little bit of an extra gap between the very first line of each verse and the second line of each verse. So you sort of wait an extra couple of beats, basically. So I'll sing the whole thing together and we'll sing it together after that. But feel free to join in if you're already getting it. So after 4, 2, 3, 4. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? 2, 3, 4, 1. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Great, we'll do that one more time. After 4, after 1, 3, 4, 1. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? 2, 3, 4, 1. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. And then it carries on. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. So that third line. Seems as if you need some love and kindness. You can be kind of lazy with the kindness. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Those last 2 lines again. 1. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Great, we'll sing through the second verse with that melody. So it's exactly the same melody. So it goes 3, 4, 1. Wiser is the way when you grow older. 2, 3, 4, 1. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. And then it repeats. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. And you'll be pleased to know that the second verse and the third verse are the same lyrics. Isn't that wonderful? More people should do that, shouldn't they? So let's do it from the top again. Liza, won't you lay? And this time I shall play a little something alongside it. Just see how you go, and then I'll bring in the other parts. You'll get to hear the other parts in this little sing-song behind what you're going to do, and then I'll teach them to you as well. Can you all hear that? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Good. Here we go. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? 2, 3, 4, 1. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Little break here. Wiser. Wiser is the way when you grow older. 2, 3, 4, 1. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder, so lay your head on mine. And then we repeat. I know what it means to need a shoulder, so lay your head on mine. Lovely. How are you all doing with that? Can I get some hands jigging around to let me know if you've got it or not? I'm looking through, I'm scrolling through, you all look really hot. Yay! Ah, some kiddly winks too. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to do a cheeky lesson of the second harmony as well. So that starts in the same place pretty much. So if the top part went, Liza, won't you lay? Then the second part actually comes in second verse. So where the top part goes, wiser is the way, the second part goes, wiser is the way when you grow older. 3. So let's just do that line. Wiser is the way when you grow older. And then we hold that on that for a little bit extra time. After 1, 3, 4, 1. Wiser is the way when you grow older. 2, 3, 4, 1. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. And all 3 parts do this lovely la 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 la. So this part goes, nothing heals a broken nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. Lay your head on mine. I'm rushing through a bit, but so we can get to the end. So wiser is the way when you grow older. 2, 3, 4, 1. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. Lay your head on mine. You'll notice I'm not saying so, and that's just so we don't have too many so's going on at the same time, which doesn't actually matter on a Zoom call, but it would matter if we were in the same room. So I've written it like that anyway. Textbook choir leader. Anyway, so I know what it means to need a shoulder. Lay your head on mine. Lovely. Let's sing along. So, let's just do the whole part, and then I'll bring in because I think I'm running over time. So we'll start with just the top harmony, and then we'll bring the second harmony in the second verse. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? 2, 3, 4, 1. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I got is time. Now remember, the second harmony starts at the same place but carries on straight. So it goes like this. Wiser is the way when you grow older. 2, 3, 4. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. And it repeats. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. The last part starts on that note. Mine. You can follow me if you like. Wiser is the way when you grow older. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. And then at the end, after a beat, so lay your head on mine. Lovely. How are you all doing with that? Thank you, Bill. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Bill. How are we doing with the time schedule, folks? Am I out of time? I think I am. I don't know. I'm looking at it now.
I think you are out of time, but I still think we should do that one more time because it's
Just
so
one more
magical.
time.
We do it again.
Yeah, we didn't spend very much time with it. Okay. You guys all right to do it one more time? Give the basses a chance to actually get their part. Okay, let's do it one more time. Oh. Hang on a minute. My iPod's gone funny. Liza, top part. 3, 4, 1. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? You can really feel it this time. 4, 1. Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Wiser is the way when you grow older. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. It's the last verse, guys. Just ad-lib. Do whatever you like. Wiser is the way when you grow older. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. So lay your head on mine. Ah, you all look totally beautiful. Thank you so much for singing that with us. Thank you, thank you. Actual tears. Yeah, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly with you. Fantastic. Thank you so much. You're all beautiful. It's really wonderful to share these moments with you. Thank you for being so open-hearted as to do this.
Oh my goodness. So it's back to me. What we're going to do now is run through all 3 songs again so we get one more chance to sing them all before we finish. But I feel like after Blythe's just completely destroyed us all with her wonderful singing, maybe we should just take a moment. So can we just shake it out a little bit, loosen ourselves up again, make ourselves feel good, bit of a shimmy. And I'm going to run you back through the Maya Angelou song from start to finish. But before I do, just a really big thank you from me, and it's lovely to see you all here. Let's launch straight back into it. So I'm going to run through it as I did before, building up the parts as we go. Join in with any of the parts, all of the parts, none of the parts, whatever you want. Here it comes. How do I do this? Here we go. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Last time. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away.
Woo! Give a round of applause for the song for all of you singing at full maximum power. We're going to jump straight into Shine. No human is illegal. Human. So get your dance moves ready. It's the last point of exercise in the day. Then you go straight to sleep if you like. No one's watching. So great. Let's do it. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, 3. You know. Oh me. Gosh. Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. 1, 2, 3, and no human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders are just lines. Last time. No human is illegal. We are all here to shine. No human is illegal. All borders shoulders are just lines. No, you and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the Let me see a boogie and you and me and him, them and her. We improvise if you like. Stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing more than stardust in the ether. You and me and him, them and her. We are nothing less than stardust in the ether.
Woohoo! I think I had a transcendent moment. Thank you, Alex. We're going to go straight into Liza. How do we go straight into Liza after that? I mean, never mind. The transition is hilarious, but go with it. Liza, won't you lay your head on my shoulder? Cry if you want to, I don't mind. Seems as if you need some love and kindness, and all I've got is time. Sing it to someone on the screen. Find someone and sing it to them. Wiser is the way when you grow older. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. Wiser is the way when you grow older. Nothing heals a broken heart but time. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. I know what it means to need a shoulder. So lay your head on mine. So lay your head on mine. Whoop whoop. Okay, I think we're going to go straight into another dancey dance-a-thon. Is
Can we
that
say a
right,
bit-
Sam?
Can we do a little happiness?
Little
little-
happiness,
little bit of-
please. Lift.
Happiness is here and now. I have lost my worry. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Never in a hurry. And now what I'd like you to do is all unmute your microphones, and somehow we're going to do this all together. Happiness is here and now. I have lost
my
worries. Oh, where to be,
Where
never in a hurry.
Happiness is here.
Oh,
No need
Happiness is here.
nowhere to be.
Alone with you, I have lost my worry.
Happiness is here and nowhere
Thank you so much.
to
You can mute your mind.
I have lost my worry.
No worries.
Nothing
Happiness is here.
in
I am making curry.
I am Sarah Murray.
I've lost my worry.
Like flowing time.
Oh, that was so hard to mute. I can't tell you. So beautiful. We have to do that again, Sam.
Extraordinary, yeah. It just
That-
spread like wildfire.
That was unplanned,
lovely.
by the way. Unplanned. Everything has been carefully rehearsed to the very, millisecond, but that was improvised and spontaneous. Well done, everyone.
Amazing. Right, we're going to have a little dance to say goodbye. Yeah! Shake your hands, shake your booty. Shake your booty. Great. Okay, cool. So we're going to do... I'm just going to play Let's Sleep again. And I was going to try and teach another little bit of it, but we'll just have to do the chorus again. So if you weren't on the call last week, it goes 1, 2, 3. Woo! 1, 2, 3. Let's sleep. 1, 2, 3. Woo! 1, 2, 3. Let's sleep. And you can do a little jump as well. That's only in the choruses. The rest of the time, you just get to dance. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 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 Someone's gonna pay for the damage done. Someone's gonna pay for the live stream. Someone's gonna raise the roof on this one. If not me, then who will do it? If not me, then who will do it? I want you craziest dance moves, go crazy people! Oh. Someone's gonna pay for the damage done. Someone's gonna pay for the live stream. Someone's gonna raise the roof on this one. If not me, then who'll do? Here we go! 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! Let's sleep! Woo! Let's sleep! Woo! Let's sleep! Woo! Let's sleep! Well, I guess it's me, and I guess it's you, and just as it seems there's too much for you. I've heard about the people with the planet too, and they are all ready doing a boo. Yes, they are all ready doing a boo. Yes, they are all ready. They say I fight for this, you fight for that. Maybe we are all on the same track. If we don't come together, there's no turning back. If there's no us, how will we do it? If there's no us, how will we do it? If there's no us, how will we do it? Amazing dance from Anna Windsor. You guys are winning at the moment. I see you, Grace. We want you leave. And the chorus is coming back. Here we go. Let's sleep. Woo! Jump. Let's sleep. Woo! Let's sleep. That is finished. Thank you for doing that, you incredible dancing ones. Keeping that to yourselves inside. Looking forward to lockdown being over so we can rock that out on the streets. Thank you so much for coming. From myself, I'll pass on to Alex. Alex, you want to say a word?
Fire!
Fire, fire, choir.
Other than we're so inspired by everyone and the way we're just making this into its own thing, you know. It could have been limited, it could have been, you know, it could have been sad to be not in person, and we've made it into something joyous and surreal and wonderful and new, and I just so grateful.
Now is the time for your loving, dear, and the time for your company.
Over to Ben and Sam.
Oh my goodness, thank you everybody. Monday nights are just so magical. I love spending them all with you. Come back next week for more, and stay safe in the meantime. Lots of love to you all, and yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. It's really, really meaningful and special.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Blythe. How come doing it like this on my own in my room is sometimes somehow even more wonderful than the real thing? It's strange that I shouldn't really admit this in front of my own choir. I don't usually cry and dance and laugh quite so madly when I'm in physical company with you all. So let's continue like this as well. But thank you, all of you guys, for singing. It's been so wonderful sharing this with you. And we're going to be here every Monday from 7 o'clock. We're adapting this. We're feeling it as it goes, what works, what doesn't. So please send things you like to do more of, what you'd like us to sort of work on constructively. Please let us know. And I really am so thankful for all the donations and those who are giving whatever they can. Spread the word. We really love sharing this with you, and I hope to continue this every week. As Christine just said, the apocalypse is cancelled. I quite like that message. I think that's one to leave it on. Thank you, Christine, and you two there. So look, everyone have a wonderful rest of the night. Go and think happy thoughts, speak to people you love, or take some time to yourself, whichever you can and should do. Big cheer for all the leaders. Thank you, all the music leaders. Thank you all for singing. We're going to bid you good night, and one by one we're going to slowly leave the meeting. Good night, everyone. Thank you from the Fire Choir. Bye bye.
Bye. You can unmute to say bye if you want.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, thank you so much.
Thank you, team.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Praise the Lord, bye-bye.
Bye.
And now it's time.
Martin and children. Bye, Georgia. Goodbye, Paul.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Jess. Goodbye, Christy.
Thank you, everyone.
Goodbye, Jacob and Liv.
Bye.
Goodbye, Emily.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye, Judith.
Bye all.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, I think
Goodbye, Millie.
Bye.
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 Goodbye, Sheila.
Absolute wonder humans.
Goodbye, Alex. Thanks again for another amazing background.
Yeah, we love the background.
Yeah.
Also, Dot, you've got such an organic background with the real deal. I'm missing you right now. I'm so grateful.
Did you hear the bird song that I got?
Oh. Is it your garden?
Yeah. I changed this so everyone could see the moon while she was coming up. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I agree. We don't want to leave. It feels so cruel to leave at this point.
Don't make me hang up the call myself. Bye-bye. Goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Morag. Goodbye, Amanda. Goodbye, Eilish. Awesome name.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Ah,
Thank you, Georgia, really. Thank
love.
you. And do tell everyone you know.
Amy. Woohoo. Hi. Goodbye, everyone.
Wonderful, wonderful bunch.
Hello. I've not left.
Oh,
you.
thanks, Amy.
No, you can stay for a little bit if you like.
I think this has become a regular thing that the ones who are left right to the end, the familiar faces.
Dragging our heels.
Because we need to do the dishes. We need to go to the pub. Do the dishes and go to the pub.
Yeah, is Kate Masters still here? I met those goats who are in Llandudno, actually. I hung out with them before they were... I mean, apparently they're always a bit wild in Llandudno. They're always jumping about the streets.
Sam, you're here 3 times.
What's that, Zinzi?
3 Sams.
There are 3 Sams. Yeah, there are as well.
Sam, still, yeah.
Grace, you're in just as much soft focus as you were last week.
Sellotape on my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Stop the CIA watching.
I thought the goats were great. Saw them in the papers.
They're amazing, aren't they? Yeah. People in Llandudno have to build extraordinarily high walls because those goats just jump over everyone's walls and munch everyone's gardens, basically.
Yeah, they eat people's flowers and.
Yeah. They're gorgeous.
I missed the goats. Where were the goats?
Yeah, what are you guys on about?
Oh, they're just in the news.
Llandudno, in Wales.
Yeah, yeah. They're all over the news because you know the kind of videos of animals kind of rewilding the cities and stuff.
Oh, right.
Big shaggy
slowly
one.
reclaiming Wales.
The sparrowhawk today, Sam. That was gorgeous. Or was it yesterday?
Oh yeah, yeah. Except it wasn't as though it was because it was really quiet. It was actually a weirdly busy kind of bit of canal that I had to walk down to get out the Hackney Marshes, and this sparrowhawk just took a pigeon out right in front of everyone.
Wow!
Like right in front of everyone, and mauled this pigeon to death. It was sort of 18.
Just Oren's education.
Yeah, she was quite astounded. Oh look, Zinzi's got the whiskey out. Is that so? How I wish I could
That's what
go
I
into that
want.
whiskey. Yeah.
My husband saw a kestrel today. He went out for a walk on the hill behind our house and he saw a kestrel, and they're really great at staying in one place and flapping their wings, you know, really hard to keep in one place. It's like they're treading air, like some people can tread water. And they're really impressive.
Hoverbird.
Yeah.
Just gonna stop the recording.
Yeah.